Beats Planet.
What's happening, folks? Hello. We good? Can y'all hear me? Let me check on the YouTube, make sure we straight. Make sure we good. And what's happening, folks? We good. We live. What's happening, y'all? Welcome to the podcast. It's Voch Lombardi. We live streaming this thing cause we lit. We got phone coverage in this thing cause we lit. All right. So what up, Sonic Master? Welcome to the podcast, bro. But like I said, I'm Voch Lombardi. I got a few topics I wanted to touch on today. I was gonna do the topic with my co-host Said he fresh, but he couldn't make it, so I'm doing this on my own. I'm gonna take a few calls. Let me drop the number information in the comments right now. Yeah, man, I'm doing this funky little number situation, so I'm gonna drop it in the comments right there. All right, call that number, give that access code. If it asks for a pen, give that pen, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll, man. If y'all have questions, I'll patch y'all right in and we'll talk about it. But I do have a few topics I want to touch on today. Pardon me. Okay, but we're here to talk a little draft, okay? Because I'm not professional, by the way. I always love stressing to people. I'm not a professional. So I can eat tater chips on camera if I want to. I can take a sip of water with my thumb up, pinky up if I want to, okay? But anyway, like I said, if y'all have questions, I dropped the number in the sidebar comment situation over there. Feel free to talk to me through there and I'll get right to y'all. But anyway, a couple topics that I have that I want to talk about today was I wanted to just talk about the draft media. Okay, because, draft is way bigger now than what it used to be. Back in the day, draft didn't even come on TV. But now draft is televised. People have eyes on it. Draft has a fan base like us, like me and you. So they're gonna hype a lot of things up. They're gonna sell you these narratives to try to build the drama within the draft community so it can boost the ratings, right? Well, I got a few of them listed here. I just don't want y'all to fall for that propaganda. Okay, we're gonna get into that. There's a rumor came out. Tell me if it's true, my friend, saying Jalen Ramsey may be the number 1 overall pick by the Tennessee Titans. We're going to get into whether I believe that or not. The whole King's ransom to trade up to go get the number 1 overall pick. We're going to talk about all that. Mock drafts, how I do them. I'm going to be working on my mock draft soon. We're going to talk about that. And hey, man, I might get into a little bit of free agency, and I'm going to take y'all questions. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. Let's talk about the shit that the draft media talk about, okay? Like I said earlier, a couple seconds ago, is that they try to build this drama. They try to build this narrative to increase the viewers. They just can't have it cut and dry. They always got to have these false narratives like, well, Paxton Lynch could still be the first overall pick. This quarterback competition is still scattered. We have no idea who the best is. Cut it out. They'll try to sell you this, sure, this can happen. It takes you back to that one year where it was Jadeveon Clowney and Johnny Manziel, and I think Sammy Watkins was in that draft too. I could be wrong. But they really wanted you to think that Johnny Manziel could have been the first overall pick, right? They just couldn't say, yeah, man, Clowney's probably going to be the dude, right? They couldn't do that. They had to build this story. They had to build this narrative, right? They had to try to sell you a little bit of drama to get people that aren't super draft fans like us. They had to sell it to those people in order to get them to, oh man, could Jadeveon Clowney not go first? Could Johnny Manziel be first? It's all about marketing, people, and everybody isn't that marketable. It's hard to market a pass rusher going number one. It's hard to market an offensive lineman going number one. It's easy to market wide receivers and quarterbacks, though. That's what they want. If quarterbacks could go first overall every year, it's easy to market that, but it's not that easy. So let's get into a few of these narratives, y'all, of being. Hold up, we logged out for a minute. Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. All right, cool. Um, I'm not accusing y'all of being, of being fake draft fans or whatnot, but hey man, some of these narratives could throw y'all for a loop. Like the whole Joey Bosa is a great pass rusher / Joey Bosa can stand up as an outside linebacker narrative. Okay? That shit ain't real, people. Cut that out. Joey Bosa is horrible in space. Joey Bosa, he's not built like that. He's not one of those guys that can go, like you wouldn't feel comfortable with Joey Bosa covering Darren Sproles out of the backfield. You're just not comfortable with that. I mean, and Joey Bosa as a pass rusher, especially as a pass rusher coming off the edge, as an outside linebacker, Joey doesn't have the speed or the quickness or the agility or the twitchiness to be a good outside linebacker pass rusher. He's not built like that. They don't want to say on television. Okay, they don't want to say that there are better pass rushers than Joey Bosa. They don't want to say Noah Spence is a better pass rusher than Joey Bosa. They don't want to say Kevin Dodd or Kamala Correa. They don't want to say that those guys have better pass rush ability than Joey Bosa. What they will say is, this is what they say. This is what bothers me, dog. They love to say this. Joey Bosa he's an elite player. He's very much well worth the top 4 pick. Then they'll say, he may not be able to rush his to hit you with that narrative, right? They'll say he may not be as good as the other rushers in this draft, but Joey Bosa is da da da. It's always a but, and it's always a he's not. You know, they love doing that. They love trying to build that narrative because Joey Bosa is a marketable name. Why? Because we've been talking about Joey Bosa since the beginning of the football season. We've been talking about Noah Spence for a few months. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want to say Noah Spence is possibly better than Joey Bosa. Damn, I'll say it. Noah Spence might be a little better than Joey Bosa. Now, as a pass rusher, he's definitely better than Joey Bosa. Noah Spence is leaps and bounds better than Joey Bosa as a pass rusher. Now, in the run game, Joey Bosa is a bad dude, but they're not gonna tell you that on TV though. On TV, they're gonna make it seem like Joey Bosa is the total package. Maurice Jones-Drew flat out said he's not top 5. Hey, man, Maurice Jones-Drew a real dude there. Maurice Jones-Drew is real. But when we get to draft day, watch the narrative that they build with you. Watch Daniel Jeremiah and Todd McShay and Mel Kiper. Watch them build this narrative that Joey Bosa is a top 3 caliber player. Why are they doing that? Because when Joey Bosa falls out of the top 5, drama. That's why they do it. That's why they build this suspense, right? They want. I agree, Kareem. I totally agree. He will fall out of the top 5, right? And the same thing with the whole Johnny Manziel thing, the whole thing with Brady Quinn. They knew these guys were gonna fall out of the top 5. Okay, but they couldn't say that because it's bad marketing, right? They're gonna say they're still gonna be top 5. But when draft day come, they get to put that camera view on you. They get to zoom in on your face when the number 6 pick and it's not you, and the number 7 pick and it's not you, and the number 8 pick. That's what they want. They want the camera to zoom in to get that drama. That's what it's all about. And if you're watching this, podcast, I want y'all to have a clear understanding. I want y'all to understand Joey Bosa is not the dude that television paints him to be. He's not a top 3 prospect. Joey Bosa ain't been projected to go number 1 in a long time. I just wanted to let y'all know. Anyway, how far do we think he'll fall? Nathan and Javon asked those questions. Truthfully, people think I hate Joey Bosa. I don't hate him. I just don't like him in the top 5. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being a Saint, or if Joey Bosa ends up being a Buccaneer or something like that. But I don't see Joey Bosa being, a top 5 guy like that. He could probably be a Jaguar. Joey Bosa could probably be a Jaguar. The only problem is I just don't like picking over players. I just don't like in order to pick Joey Bosa at 4, you would have to pick a player better than him at 5. Like somebody's behind Joey Bosa is going to be better than him. That's why I don't like reaching for players. What do you think is the floor and ceiling for Bosa? I think Bosa has a very it's kind of strange, right? Because Bosa's kind of at his ceiling right now. You know what I'm saying? Like Bosa is as top tier as a college run defender as you could possibly get. You know what I'm saying? So Bosa could possibly have a high ceiling, but the damn flow could be through the earth and on the other side of China somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like his floor could be absolutely horrible. Joey could be garbage. Why do I say he could be garbage? I'm not saying he is, but he could be. Why? Because if this is as best as he can get, I don't think he translates to the league very well right now, right? But he could be great. If he could work on some pass rush moves, you can't teach Joey how to be explosive. You're not going to teach him that because he can't be that. You're not going to teach him how to be a quick, twitchy pass rusher like Noah Spence. What you could try to teach Everett Brown, y'all better stop. What you can teach Joey is a few moves. You can teach him how to how to hand fight a little better. You can teach him how. Because look, I say this in my film breakdown. And if y'all haven't watched my film breakdown, go watch it. They're not gonna tell you this on TV or whatnot. But when Joey bull rushes and he gets you on skates, he gets you moving backwards, right? And that's it. Joey Bosa could club move and spin back inside to go get the quarterback, but he doesn't have that right now. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't have that. Joey Bosa, the only thing Joey Bosa knows right now is, look, bro, I'm stronger than you. I'm better than you. I'm a better this. I'm a better that. You're a right tackle. I'm gonna outdo this to you. I don't need technique right now because I'm so much better than you. It's easy to have technique when you're better than somebody. But let's see what happens when the dude across from him is just as or stronger. Okay? With way better technique. That's all I'm saying about Joey Bosa. I ain't saying he garbage. I'm just saying that at this point right now, I don't see him translating to the league very well. Floor Michael Bennett, ceiling Jared Allen. I think that's a bit rich for him. I think that's a bit rich to say his floor could be Michael Bennett. I think his floor could be a little lower than that, but that's just my business. Somebody else said something too. I think Cowboys select Ezekiel Elliott first round, then Bullet in the second. Great point, Kareem. Now I was saying this earlier about the whole Cowboys situation. People saying, "Oh my God, Dallas needs a pass rusher." Okay, cool. They said, "Oh my God, Dallas needs a pass rusher automatically. Go get Joey Bosa." This is why I don't agree with that, because just because we need a pass rusher don't mean we have to. We don't have to address that in the first round. I like Jonathan Bullet. I've said it thousands of times. I love to get Jonathan Bullet in the second round and just get best player available in the first round. Myles Jack. How many sacks a year for Bosa? I don't know, 5, if that. Hey, Voch, I understand you're talking about Joey Bosa, who I don't really have an opinion of at this point. Who are your mid to late round sleepers in this draft? I'm gonna go over that later. I'm gonna put that in my notepad right here. Blue Spin, what up to you, bro? I remember you in my comment section on my YouTube video. Shouts out to you, bro. Let's see, mid to late round sleepers. Let me ask you some, Blue Spin, just for a little more detail. You mean mid to late first round talent, or just mid to late, like day 2, day 3 guys? Clarify your question. I'm gonna get to it a little bit later. But But yeah, man, that's enough about Joey Bosa, man. And if y'all want to get into a little more Joey Bosa, man, let me know. I can talk about Joey Bosa not being an outside linebacker all damn day. I can do this. They will also try to sell you the narrative that that Rich Homie Quan is still a top 5 pick. Let me tell you something. Give me 30 seconds. Let me plug this cell phone up. A lot of media pundits will try to day two all right, cool, I got you. A lot of media people will try to sell you the narrative that Laquan Treadwell is a top 5 pick still. When truthfully, if you watching film like that, Laquan Treadwell may not be the top receiver to you. You know? It's easy to say because this whole time we were hyping him up as the best receiver in the draft, but man, let's not act like Josh Doxson isn't proving his case to climb up in this draft right now. You know what I'm saying? Even if Laquan Treadwell was the best receiver in this draft, and I think he is, but a lot of people don't think that way. Even if Treadwell wasn't, even if he is the best receiver in this draft, in your opinion, he still might fall as late as 17. Now, I don't think he'll fall in the second round. Shouts out to you, Jadarius. I don't think he'll fall in the second round. You know, a lot of people saying that. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's 4 potential first round receivers. I think Coleman, Dotson, Treadwell, and depending on how you feel about Michael Thomas. And hell, man, some people may put Will Fuller up there if that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? But Treadwell could fall in this draft, and they're gonna try to hype it up. Well, could Laquan Treadwell be the number 5 pick here? Could the receiver? Nobody. Rich Homie Quan is not gonna be that dude. Live. Shouts out to you, Ricky Scott, for the shout out right there. Thing about Laquan Treadwell is that, you know, when you take a receiver that high, you want the total package at receiver. You want that receiver to be as close to perfection as you can get it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Rich Homie is that dude. I don't think Rich Homie is that dude. You know, when you think about a receiver like think about Calvin Johnson, right? And I know that's a tall task, right? Voch is saying he's way overhyped. I'm gonna get back to you. And that's a really tall task to compare somebody, right? But if you think about Calvin Johnson, okay, dude is fast, dude can high point the football, dude is physical, dude can block, great route runner, da da da. I showed in my video of Treadwell that, you know, he kind of rounds his routes off a little bit. You know, he doesn't have great speed out of his cuts. He got some first rounds, some straight line speed. He has a little bit of that. He can high point the football. People said, well, he doesn't get separation that well. His separation is being more physical to you. And Treadwell is an outstanding blocker, but I don't think his combination of traits, because that's what we look at. We look at traits. We don't look at production. We look at traits. And I don't think Treadwell's combination of traits equal out to top 5 guy. You know, he may be I don't know. He may be somewhere in the 11 range. Let me check on my Facebook group, man. We beeping. We buzzing. Time blowing. Line blowing up. What's the phone number? Okay, let me drop the phone number in the Facebook group, and I'm gonna get to the comments in the comment section. Give me 30 seconds. All right, back here. I take Thomas over Treadwell, to be honest. That's rich, bro. That's rich. I feel you, though. Treadwell is overrated. Best wide receiver in a bad class. Doxson is better, like Voch been saying. He's way overhyped. You know, I wouldn't even say Treadwell is way overhyped. I just think the media will do their job at creating drama. They'll tell you Treadwell is a top 5 prospect just so he won't go top 5, so they can zoom that camera in at his face when he doesn't go when he doesn't go in the top 5. That's what I mean by creating drama. Doxson is a number 1. Is hey man, I can see that. My whole thing about Doxson is that if he goes over the middle, he might get ate up. But I will say this though: the best way to fix Doxson is to put him in the weight room and give him a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Josh Doctson gonna be all right. I would love to have Josh Doctson. A lot of people gonna say he gonna fall in the second round. Josh is a first round dude. Thomas equals rich man's Mike Evans. If Mike Evans had better hands and route running, I could kind of buy that a little bit. I can sort of buy that a little bit. Thomas over Treadwell. Hey man, hey, okay. In the comments, real fast. In the comments, tell me who y'all top 3 guys are, or something like that. Tell me who you think. Your top 3 receivers are. Mine go kind of Treadwell. Then I would go Doxson. Then I would go Coleman. My whole thing about Coleman is he only know 5 routes, but everything else is outstanding. So if you teach that dude like 12 more routes, you got action. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a hell of a slot receiver in Corey Coleman. Then I have Michael Thomas, who I think is the best route runner in the draft, in my opinion. And then then the board kind of scatters a little bit. Guys like Farrell Cooper's going to be in there. Guys like Tyler Boyd, guys like I'm just off the top of my head, Leonte Carew. It just kind of scatters a little bit. So so we'll see. I see a lot of Treadwell, Doxson, Coleman, Doxson, Treadwell, Thomas. Okay. I'd like to see Coleman. Coleman will probably be a slot dude. Yeah, Dotson, Coleman, Thomas. Damn, Jadarius, you ain't got Treadwell in your top 3? Oh man, that's rough. That's rough, dog. Okay. Anyway, let me check and see. All right, we good there. Hey man, if you wanted to call into the show, I'm gonna type it into the situation right now. 515-739-1020 is the number. The access code, because they're gonna ask for an access code, is 309104. And if they ask for a PIN number, if they ask for it, it's 4625. I'm dropping it in the comments right now. I like Coleman the most, but I really like Sterling Shepard. Sterling Shepard's another dude. Yeah. Sterling Shepard's another dude. My whole thing about Will Fuller is that he like Ted Ginn Jr. slash Terrence Williams. Like he'll beat you with speed, but he got to drop that thing because Will Fuller like to go. God damn it, dropped it. He love to do that. So, okay, look that number I just dropped in the comment section. The first one is the number. The second number is the access code. The third number is the PIN number. So if y'all wanted to call into the show, that's the way you do it. Let me get back into my notes section. Mike Wallace 2.0 is a fair assessment of Will Fuller. I think Will prove that he can somewhat get his hands on the football a little bit at the combine when he did his gauntlet drill or whatnot. So, we'll see about Will Fuller. We'll see what he turns into. Another lie that the media will tell you on draft day. The media will lie. They'll look you, yo, Voch, it's Andrew. What up, Drew from Draft Talk? What's happening, dog? I did not hear about Alfred Moore. Alfred Moore has visited Valley Ranch, but he hasn't walked out with a contract yet. I like that, though. I might get into that a little later. If you want me to touch on that a little bit more, hit me up after I knock these out a little bit, after I knock out a few of these topics. But on the draft, on draft day, they will look you right in your eye, and they'll tell you, hold on, let me pull up my camera so I can see exactly how I'm looking at y'all. They'll look you in your on draft day. They'll do this. Watch this. Jalen Ramsey is a ball hawk. Jalen Ramsey's gonna get a lot of interceptions in the National Football League. Jalen Ramsey might be the next Deion Sanders. Excellent cover corner, Jalen Ramsey is. They'll look you right in the face and lie to you. They will lie to you. Damn it, don't you let them lie to you. Do not let those assholes on television lie to you. Jalen Ramsey is not. He can play corner, but he's a strong safety, okay? What Jalen Ramsey is, I'm not buying him catching balls in tights at the combine. What up, Drew from Facebook? Hey man, I feel you about Will Fuller catching the combine shit. But what I'm saying, Jalen Ramsey is not a ball hawk. Jalen Ramsey can play a little bit of corner, but he's not gonna be a great corner. Jalen Ramsey is a safety. Jalen Ramsey is not gonna be a free safety. Jalen Ramsey, the best way I can explain Jalen Ramsey without hating, because people love to say I'm hating. Jalen Ramsey is a combination of traits that make people very excited. When you see people that can cover and they're big and long and they like to tackle, you get excited. But all you got to do is ask yourself, who would you feel more comfortable Jalen Ramsey covering? Greg Olsen or Antonio Brown? Matter of fact, I'm asking the chat right now. I'm going to ask the chat, and I'm going to wait 15 seconds because there's a little delay. I'm going to ask the chat, who would you rather Jalen Ramsey cover, Antonio Brown or Greg Olsen? 15 seconds. Ramsey said he's a corner that can play safety. He better not say that shit. Not AB, Greg. just go ahead and tell me. Just go ahead and say who would y'all rather Jalen Ramsey cover, AB or Greg Olsen? Look, Greg Olsen. A lot of Greg Olsen. Let me tell y'all something. Jalen Ramsey, and this is partially why I don't really like him top 5, but I just know how it's gonna end up being. No one can shut down AB except Mike Vick. That is hysterical. That is hysterical. Listen, bro. The thing about Jalen Ramsey is when you look at Byron Jones last year that Dallas drafted at 28, 26, 27 in the 20s last year, right? Byron Jones was drafted as a corner, and he played corner a little bit, okay? But for the most part, Byron Jones shut down Gronkowski for the most part. He shut down Greg Olsen for the most part. Shut down Jimmy Graham. I don't think did he play Jimmy Graham? Yeah, he shut down Jimmy Graham. And tight ends couldn't get off on Byron Jones. Why? Because it's a new position that's kind of being invented, right? Like the slot corner was invented, the slot receiver was invented, the athletic tight end was invented. Well, now is the time for tight end busters, right? There are these safeties that can't really play linebacker, but they can't cover enough to play corner, and you line them up on these tight ends, and you just leave them there. You just leave them on these tight ends. I think what the idea came from was the Saints played the Patriots one year, and the Patriots lined Aqib Talib up on Jimmy Graham, and Jimmy Graham was the man in New Orleans at this point. And Jimmy Graham he shut his ass down. Jimmy Graham got his ass shut out by Aqib Talib. So what they was like, okay, cool. So we need a guy that's big enough to handle these bigger body tight ends because Jimmy Graham, Greg Olsen, Gronkowski, Austin, Safarian Jenkins, they're big guys, right? But you can't put a big linebacker on them because they're also fast. They can outrun the linebackers, right? So what you do is you want this combination of big, long, athletic, fast guys. And when Dallas drafted Byron Jones last year and he ended up playing safety, we shut down a lot of tight ends, right? And that's what people see in Jalen Ramsey. The problem is they trying to take this dude first overall. Damn it, we got the same dude at 28. You know what I'm saying? We got the same dude at 28. And I just doubt teams see Jalen Ramsey on film and go, hey, that dude right there can shut down Antonio Brown. If I'm going to draft the dude number 1 overall, he better be able to shut down Antonio Brown, Julio, Dez. Demaryius Thomas kind of shut his own self down, but we'll say him too for the hell of AJ Green. I want him to shut down everything. Vernon Hargraves covers too well to be a free safety. Put him at corner. If you're worried about his size, put him at slot corner. I don't like Hargraves at free safety. But look, man, nobody's gonna draft Jalen Ramsey to play Odell Beckham. You're not gonna put Jalen Ramsey on no goddamn Kendall Fuller at free safety. I'm putting that in my notes. You're not gonna draft Jalen Ramsey at no damn 1 overall and not put him and not put him on no goddamn. All right, Giants fan, I get it. I left out Odell. I left out a lot of people. I left out DeAndre Hopkins. I left out who the fuck else I leave? I left a lot of people out. Leave me alone. So basically, Josh Norman. Nah, I wouldn't even call Jalen Ramsey Josh Norman. I'm just saying. That's what they gonna do. They'll look you in the face and say this. Look, I swear to God, the draft media will look you in the face and say this. Jalen Ramsey only had 3 interceptions in college, but he gonna get way more in the National Football League. Please, please, get the hell out of here, man. Get the hell out of here. Oh, y'all talking about Josh Norman shutting down what's his face? That's hysterical. All right, let me move on, man, from this Ramsey rant because I could do it all day. I ain't gonna touch on this for too long, but I'm gonna talk about Myles Jack, man. I think Myles Jack is the best player in the draft right now, hands down, bar none. But they're gonna the draft commentary, the draft comments, the draft people, they're gonna put Jalen Ramsey. Not Jalen Ramsey, Myles Jack. They're gonna talk about Myles Jack like Myles Jack is this, he's that, he's perfect, he's awesome, but that knee injury, da 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 da. Let me say this, bro. Myles, like, don't worry about Myles Jack's knee injury, okay? Modern medicine is scary. Like, it's so scary, it's terrifying. Do I have to press this button? Hold on, give me 30 seconds, y'all. Give me 30 seconds. Do I have to press start up? Telephone. Sure. Next, you must press the da 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 da. I'll do that shit later. But they're gonna talk about Myles Jack's knee, right? They're gonna talk about it, but like, bruh, like that dude, like modern medicine, like Jamal Charles tore his ACL, and six months later he was doing jumping jacks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like don't believe the hype. Don't let the propaganda get to you. Don't fall for that crap, man. Anyway, I don't want to get mad. I can get very angry if I talk about this. I think like if you look at the film on Myles Jack, and bro, just watch me just talk about Myles Jack on my film, bro. Just go watch me talk about it. And Myles, like the dude, like people ask me who do I compare him to, and it's kind of hard to think of a dude to compare Myles Jack to. I mean, my only answer to that is that he's a combination of the 3 linebackers in Carolina. That he's he can cover. He can cover. He can run sideline to sideline. He thumps with offensive linemen. He doesn't run away from them. He can cover slots. He's covered a number 1 receiver. I don't suggest he do that shit in the league. I don't suggest it, but he's done it. He can play running back. Man, Myles Jack, bro, him and Jalen Smith, if it weren't for injury, these could be cornerstone, brand new new shit to the game, man. You know what I'm saying? But we got to call it. Hold on, give me 30 seconds. I'm going to take a look at him. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out this situation here. Caller, who this? Hold on, I can't hear you, caller. Give me 30 seconds. I can't hear you, bro. All right, who this? Say it again. Caller, who is this? All right, caller, stay online. I'm going to mute you, and I'm going to come right back to you, dog, because I can't hear you. So I'm going to fix this problem up, and we're going to figure it out. But, like, he runs sideline to sideline like Thomas Davis. He has Luke Kuechly's instincts. You know, Shaq Thomas just a pure athlete anyway. He played running back when he came out in college, man. I'm just saying, man, don't fall for that. Is Myles Jack going to be healthy hype? You know what I'm saying? Like modern medicine is so ridiculous, dog. Just don't fall for that. All right, so cool. I'm about to see if I can set up this phone situation because I had the crap earlier, but the goddamn thing went out on me. So we're gonna click on telephone. We're gonna click next. We're gonna call. Let me take a look at Jalen Smith. Reminds me a ton of Ryan. Ryan who? Don't tell me Circus busy. It's my damn line. What's wrong with you? New era of linebacker. Only guy like him is Thomas Davis without the knee surgery. Yeah, absolutely. And the call left. My caller left. Oh man, you ain't want to be on the show. You ain't want to support. You ain't want to hold it down for the Doski Woski. Oh man. Hey man, y'all give me a list, man. Tell me. Well, not a list, but tell me where y'all think Myles Jack will end up, because I think he should end up in Dallas, but people don't seem to believe that. So tell me where y'all think Myles Jack ends up. While I set this damn phone up. Three, 104. I agree. He ends up in Dallas. In Baltimore, as a reach, bro. Jacksonville's likely. It's likely. If if Dallas mess around and draft Joey Bosa, I don't think that'll happen. But yeah, Myles Jack could be a Jaguar. All right, so I got my phone hooked up. Hello, who's that? Okay, cool. Your audio is now synced. Yes. Unmute. All right, cool. So whoever just called me, call back, man, and quit playing. Hold it down for the Doski Woski, bruh. Let me you have been unmuted by the host. Yeah. All right, cool. Here we go. Let's try it again. Caller, who this?
Is we on?
We live. We lit. We got a caller. Wait a minute. Let me turn your levels up so they can hear you, dog. Hold on. Give me 30 seconds. 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Da da da. We're gonna turn you up just a little bit, bro. Oh man. What's up, man? Who this is, doc?
It's your boy GQ Trailblazer coming to you live. I'm in Cali right now, but I'm from Vegas.
Oh man,
Cowboy fan.
Cali from Vegas, Cowboys fan. What's happening, bro? What you got for the show, man?
Man, I hear a lot of talk coming out. Talk about Laquan, Jalen. I think them two dudes may come out and be disappointing for that first year. Myles Jack, he won't be disappointing. But what I want to know is, how does everybody feel about our boy Carl Joseph, West Virginia safety?
Appreciate it, dog. Thanks for the call, man. Keep listening, bro. We lit. We got callers, bro. We got callers. Oh man. Carl Joseph, man, from West Virginia. You know, man, let me just say this. A lot of these safeties they're gonna end up playing outside linebacker. So, don't get too caught up in these guys, cover skills. Think about Carl Joseph is when you watch him on film, he hits people, then he misses. And then you go, damn, he knocked that dude out. And then he missed another one. And you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of back and forth with that. So is that the type of dude you want on your team? Yes. I want that dude on my team to come out and set the tone. You know what I'm saying? He's that dude. You want him out there early to get that big hit and set the tone for the rest of the game early. That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? But as far as a full-time strong safety, I mean, he'll probably be a box guy. But if you're going to keep him in the box that long, you might as well put him at outside linebacker, most likely will linebacker. Just let him run around and hit people. But, yeah, I like Carl Joseph. Where would I draft him? I draft him probably in the late second maybe. And, the only reason I say that because it's a lot of guys that may end up going first round, man. The board scatters really early because it's only like 8 first round talents for real. And the board is gonna scatter after that, But we'll see. Carl Joseph can cover extremely well. Hey, depends on how you categorize extremely well. If Carl Joseph can cover extremely well, what does Jalen Ramsey cover? I think Von Bell covers a little better than Carl Joseph. I like Carl Joseph in space. Darian Thompson is a better cover safety in my opinion. But as far as Carl Joseph, I mean he's cool in space. I like him. I just think he'll end up being a linebacker, and He'll end up being a linebacker. He will be knocking people's heads off. So anyway, I'm going to go to the comments section. I'm going to drop that number again. Hey, bro, we lit. We got callers, bro. We made it. We made it. We got callers. So look, I'm going to put this number down there again. I'm going to get those numbers for you. I'm going to get set up. Thanks for the call, by the way. Callie from Vegas. All right, Cowboys fan in there. I'm going to drop this number in here. We got the phone number, the access code, and the PIN. If you want to call in with a question for the rest of the for me and the rest of the audience, go ahead and hit me up and we'll talk about it. But let me get back to my notes, because I did have notes. You know, I just kind of get off topic a little bit, messing with y'all. But yeah, man, don't worry about Myles Jack, man. Myles Jack is gonna be just fine. Don't trip. Another narrative, and I saw this in the group the other day, and I wanted to touch on it, full length or whatnot. They're gonna try to make you feel like Noah Spence is gonna fall to the second round with off the field issues. They're gonna sell you this image that Noah Spence did coke and X and he popped mollies, he's sweating. Woo! He's a party animal. He has some off the field issues. He's a good talent, but he may fall to the second round because of those off the field issues, right? And they're gonna continually build this narrative about Noah Spence when, truthfully, if you look at Noah Spence's off the field issues, it's the furthest removed from everybody else's. Like when you think about Kim Dichie, he was smoking synthetic weed. I just got a beep on my computer. Like he was smoking synthetic weed. Damn, Travis. I'm gonna do a mock soon, Travis. I like waiting, man, because I hate doing mocks too early because free agency going on and shit, and I just wanna wait it out. I just want to wait it out because if the Browns sign Robert Griffin today, shit's messed up. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta wait it out. I'm gonna do a mock. It's gonna be a big deal. I'm gonna do a video for it. There will be a mock draft done. So hold your horse. It's coming. I promise you. But is this Killer Trav Sims from the Facebook group? Let me know if that's you, Killer Trav. I'm gonna give you a shout out. Nah, fam. He said that was tons. I'm assuming you mean tons. I forgot the group. We got another caller because we lit. That's what we do. We lit. Let's see. Let me answer this call. Give me 30 seconds. Oh, caller gone. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me go back to the list of people. Here we go. 732 area code. Who this?
You know.
My man Dave, what's happening? We lit. We famous. We got callers. What's
man, how you doing, man?
What's happening with you, Dave, man? We holding it down for the Doski Woes. We got callers because we made it. What's happening, bro? What can I do for you?
That's how we do. Listen. It's my question. You heard RG3, the Browns are looking at him, right?
Yeah.
So where do you see Goff and Wentz going? And which one do you think is more NFL ready?
Okay. That's two questions. That's all you got for me, dog? That's all you got?
I got more later.
I appreciate you. I'm about to mute you, though. So, just whatever. But appreciate you, dog. Thanks for calling. That's my man Dave, and that's my man Killer Trav here in the comments section. Anyway, I get excited, y'all. Pardon me. Yes, and going back to who was this said this doing mock? Yeah, Trav. Right. This going back to what you said, right? Like do a mock draft. It's kind of strange to do a mock draft right now. Yes, Victionary, you very late, but it's cool because you can always play it back, and this will be on the channel later. But it's hard to do mock drafts right now because of the whole Robert Griffin is being shopped in Cleveland right now. You know what I'm saying? That's a very strange situation because I'd imagine if Cleveland signs Robert Griffin, they won't be looking for another quarterback. Now, granted, do I think Robert Griffin is the dude to save Cleveland? Nah, I don't think so. But if Cleveland does end up signing Robert Griffin, the whole board gets messed up again. Going to church because they just got a miracle. If Robert Griffin signs. Hey, man, I agree. But what was I saying? If if the Browns end up, I'll say this, Cowboys fans, y'all better be hoping the Browns get Robert Griffin. Why? Because if they get Robert Griffin, they might get Joey Bosa. so we'll see. Now, if they're smart, they'll probably just get the best player available. And if you put Myles Jack in Cleveland, he will succeed. If you put a guy like if you put DeForest Buckner in Cleveland, he will succeed. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there's options there, and it'll totally mess the board up. You know what I'm saying? It'll scatter everything. But you know what? I'm gonna put that in my notes. I'm gonna come back to that because I like that idea. If Robert goes to Cleveland, what does that mean for the rest of the draft? We'll definitely talk about that later on. But who do I feel is the better pro-ready quarterback between Goff and Wentz? I don't think it's close because they're gonna try to sell you this narrative that Wentz and Goff is the same type of dude. Some people may prefer Wentz over Goff because of size and mobility, but as a quarterback, Goff is ready right now. Goff is ready today. Okay, like. Today, the order may be Goff is the best, then Wentz, then Paxton Lynch. In 10 years, it might be Goff, Paxton Lynch, Carson Wentz. Like, it might be that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as who's ready to play right now, man, Jared Goff is that dude, man. Jared Goff is agreed. That dude is sharp. Man, Jared Goff, he can make all the throws, man. That footwork, that footwork is outstanding. Oh, man, I kind of wish Jared Goff kind of got caught with some synthetic marijuana on his pro days. He can fall in the second round so we can get him. So there will go Buckner or Ramsey. Now, Rashad, I hear what you're saying, but what if Ramsey go number 1 and Cleveland signs Robert Griffin? Does Cleveland go Laramie Tunsil or does Cleveland go DeForest Buckner? Something like that. You see what I'm saying? Wentz has a higher upside. A higher ceiling maybe. Wentz could be better than Jared Goff, but right now he ain't. So it just is what it is right there, and it does cause a lot of questions. Back to my point before before the call there. Thanks for calling, Dave. Salute to you, bro. Cause we lit, but what was I saying? Noah Spence. They're gonna say this. Noah Spence's his off the field issues are farther away than these other guys with off the field issues, right? Like when you look at like Kim Dichie was smoking weed the other day. Kim Dichie snitched, and apparently Laramie Tunsil was in the room with him the other day, smoking the weed, right? Joey Bosa is apparently a coke and party addict. He just ain't got caught yet, right? But if you look at Noah Spence, his problems happened 3 years ago or 2 years ago. He could have come out in the draft that year, but instead he transferred to Eastern Kentucky to redeem himself. He told his coaches, "Hey man, drug test me every day. Drug test me more often than you drug test the team, so I can prove to y'all that I'm clean." You know what I'm saying? And Noah Spence did that, and he came up clean every time. So I think with Noah Spence's off the field issues behind him, you looking at the most talented pass rusher in this draft. And for people that think Noah Spence will fall to the second round, they are ridiculous. Noah Spence is going to be is going to be a first round pick. He might be a top 15 guy. He might be a Buccaneer, so look out for that. Back to the comments. Hogan had the ugliest release I've ever seen from I swear to God. Bills love him though. Oh man, that dude release is retarded looking. It's worse than Tebow's. Man, Spence told them dudes to test him every day. Yeah, he's good. Dave. They go Buckner since the D-line needs more help than any other position. I'll tell you what, if you put DeForest Buckner next to Danny Shelton, the fat kid that they drafted last year. Yeah, you put put them together. Hey man, defense wins championships. It won't win it this year, but it'll help out. Nathan asked, "Who are my top 5 edge rushers?" When I grade edge rushers, I'm talking about 4-3 defensive ends, and 3-4 outside linebackers. Okay, so don't expect me to say DeForest Buckner because I count him as a 3-4 defensive end, 4-3 defensive tackle, 3 tech. So as I think about my top 5 edge rushers, y'all name y'all top 5 edge rushers, and I'm going to go to my Facebook because it's booming right now. It's probably somebody asking for the number or something like that. So y'all tell me who y'all top 5 pass rushers are, because I actually got them written down on my list. I'm working on my mock draft soon. I'm doing it soon. I'm just waiting for what am I waiting on? I'm waiting for the free agency to clear up a little bit. But all right, cool. Ain't nobody worry about nothing. Ain't nobody contacting me. Cool. My top 5 edge rushers. I'm gonna say Joey Bosa number 1. He's more of a total package. You know, I think I'll talk about Sheldon Day and William Jackson as 2 dudes I'm looking for. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna say Joey Bosa first because he's outstanding in run support. Like, he's absolutely outstanding. And in his pass rush, he may not always get to the quarterback, but he does cause a lot of pressure. Okay? So I will put Joey Bosa number 1. Okay, look, when you said edge rushers, okay, you mean simply pass rush or just top edge guys? Because we're talking about edge guys. I'm going to go Bosa, Lawson, Spence, Dodd, Bullard as edge guys. But if we're talking about getting to the quarterback, I'm going to go Spence, Floyd, Dodd, Lawson, and they got a kid at Boise State with a funny looking name. I'm gonna try it, Kamala Correa. I'm gonna try it. Those are my top 5 guys to get to the quarterback. And honorable mention, I do think Victor Ochi can be one of those guys too. So don't sleep on him. I think I'm missing somebody. I'm missing who am I missing? Floyd is boom or bust, but hey, that first step ain't no bust. Who do you think fits well in the Falcons? God knows all we need is defense. Who is Rays or Blade? 82. DeMarcus in the we lit. What up, DeMarcus? The Falcons, man. The Falcons. Whoever fits those guys. Yeah, man. I mean, I just talked about a guy that could fit the Falcons really well. Leonard Floyd. DeMarcus, I don't know if you really up on my channel like that, but I know you a supporter. Shouts out to you. But you can go to my channel and type in Leonard Floyd, and you will see how he gets off the football as an outside linebacker standing up. You know what I'm saying? You will see he has the best first step in this draft. And as an outside linebacker, that's very important. Sometimes he goes without being touched. And like, if you watch a little film on Lawrence Taylor, he would not be touched because he lined up way outside and tackles wasn't really athletic like that. When you watch Leonard Floyd line up on the outside against an athlete at left tackle, and he simply just gives him a fop. That's all he got to do. Not even a foul, but just a fop. Man, Leonard Floyd is probably the best first step in this draft out of him and Noah Spence as pure pass rushers. And I love Kevin Dodd because he could bend the hell out that corner, but he like to get tired in the fourth. Round, so in the fourth quarter. So we'll see. Let me take a look at these guys. Who y'all got pass rushing here? Yeah, that's DeMarcus. Yeah, Spence, Lawson, Ogba. Let me tell you something about Emmanuel Ogba, bro. Like, that dude is so up and down to me, bro. Like, when you watch his film, watch when I watch film on him. Don't do that to Lawrence. Give me more. I know something. But think about Ogba. He talking about Lawrence Taylor. Hey, man, don't come at Giants fan. Don't come here with that. I talk about Lawrence Taylor if I want to. Lawrence Taylor went untouched. Lawrence Taylor had no pass rush moves. Lawrence Taylor, legend, though. Salute to him. Thing about Emmanuel Ogba is like you was like when you watching him, right? Say you watching 8 plays of Emmanuel Ogba, like 3 plays he'll come off the ball, whatever, and then 4th play he'll go. Phew! Then 5, 6, and 7 he'll just Then the 8th play he go. Phew! You know what I'm saying? He's so up and down with how he comes off the ball and his athleticism, right? So you know if you're Emmanuel Ogba, if you go to a coach like Rod Marinelli. Shalik Calhoun is not mentioned. I love Shalik Calhoun, but he's a pure pass rusher to me. And I don't think he's a top 5 pass rusher. But I do think he's a pure pass rusher that needs a little help and run support. But I like Shalik Calhoun though. He's a 3rd round guy to me. But Emmanuel Ogba, I would love to have him, just not as early as people saying, you know, go get Emmanuel Ogba. Agreed. It depends on if Zeke. It depends on if they take Zeke in the first. Dallas will go pass rush in the second. I agree. And the way things are going, somebody gonna fall to the second round. And with Dallas being at the top of the board, they could pick up a guy. I see Dallas fans are split on where we should go at 4. I'd rather trade back. Let me tell you something about trading back. Justin Haddabaugh, thanks for being here with me. The problem about trading back is when you look at this draft, there's about 8 top guys. There's about 8 pure elite guys, right? I'll name them off. 8 elite guys. Who are they? I'll say 8 top guys. I'll say Goff. I'll say Wentz. I'll say Zeke. I'll say Tunzel. I don't like Bosa, man, but that dude he's ridiculous in run support. So we'll go Bosa. I'll say Jack. I'll say Buckner. I'll say Ramsey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, those are my top 8 guys right there. You know what I'm saying? Like those are 8, in my opinion, 8 pure top can't miss guys. And if you rank them, Bosa may be the 8th in that list. You know what I'm saying? So if you're the Dallas Cowboys, in order to trade back, you'll probably trade back to like 9 or 10, right? I'm not a fan of getting rid of a super elite guy for a super good guy. Like I'd rather have Myles Jack than Shaq Lawson and Darren Lee. That makes sense? You know what I'm saying? I like Myles Jack as his own player better than that package deal. Because if you trade back, then you lose out on one of those top elite players. And people like to say that Dallas got a lot of needs. Dallas ain't got a lot of needs. Really. Dallas, look, if you look at Dallas's if you look at their free agents this year, like our only free agents were like depth guys. We still got our top tier dudes. It's just that when we're looking at our team, we take this Madden approach and we want the best players on our team. What up, Mike Madre? Welcome to the chat or whatever. So you saying trade back to get more picks? I hear you, but we need defensive end. I think if you stay in the top 15, I believe there's a good one there. I agree, but there's also a good one at 34, right? I think if we take Myles Jack at number 1 and Jonathan Bullard at number 2, nobody loses any sleep. Nobody loses sleep over that. If Jonathan Bullard's not there, cool. Take Kevin Dodd. If he's not there, cool. Go get William Jackson III to go play corner and get Shalik Calhoun in the 3rd. Because really, you don't really need a defensive end. You just kind of need a guy for 4 games. Then Gregory comes back, right? And if Randy Gregory proves to be a problem, Stephen Jones, the real boss, a lot of people say Jerry Jones still call the shots. It's Stephen Jones and Will McClay's team. And they have this phrase that they say player acquisition is 24/7. Around the clock. I agree. You can get players all throughout the year. We can trade for a guy in the middle of the year. You know what I'm saying? When we needed running back, we went to go get Christian Michael. It didn't work out, but we tried. We went to go get him. Bryce Butler, we went to go get him. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get a guy now. That's not to say we won't get a guy later. And I know the name 2nd round pick doesn't sound sexy, but 2nd round pick for Dallas last year was 60. 2nd round pick this year is 34. You know what I'm saying? So you'll get a much better guy. You see what I'm saying? That nigga ain't about to let y'all down. You right, DeMarcus. I ain't gonna let nobody talk crazy about the Cowboys, dog. Diggy say I wanted Buckner, but if he wouldn't, I wanted Buckner if he wouldn't have started over Hankins and Harris. Yeah, man. You know, it happens. Let me take a look at my notes here. See what else I got. I'm gonna drop this number again in the comment section if y'all wanted to call into the show. If y'all had a question, y'all can feel free to hit me up, and we can have that conversation if y'all like. 4625. Oh snap! 4625. There's the number right there. I like to look at film a lot of times to judge players, but football IQ can get overlooked. That's why I really like Mackenzie Alexander as much as people disagree with me. I like Alexander, bro. I just think there's a couple guys better than him. I think a lot of cornerbacks go first round this year. The thing about Alexander is he'll use his IQ before he uses his common sense sometimes. No, he'll use his IQ before he uses his instinct. Sometimes he's more aware than he is instinctual. Like if you watch Myles Jack reacts to football, right? Like he has a pure natural instinct to react to football. Like if he sees a play, watch my film. Like as soon as the play happens, he'll chop his feet, make a decision, he'll go, right? Instead, if you see a guy like Darren Lee, let's take a guy like Kentrell Brothers, right? He has awareness where he doesn't really react. He'll see what's going on and then he'll go to the football, right? His awareness is dissecting plays. That's what Alexander does. Alexander dissect plays really well. But sometimes you want a guy to react opposed to dissecting because reacting is a lot faster. What's your opinion on the Colts draft? Do you think drafting right offensive tackle, guard, or center at 18 is too high? Personally, would rather address other needs in the first, draft a center and a guard later. I agree, man. The Colts, their problem is that they need to draft best defender available for 2 rounds in a row. I think the Colts proved that they need to keep Andrew Luck upright, and they need to give him the ball in better field position. So with that being said, the Colts at 18 should draft the best defender, whether that be a defensive back to play on the other side of Vontae Davis, could be wrong there, or get somebody to play linebacker, or get somebody to play defensive line, or get somebody to rush off the edge. You know what I'm saying? The Colts are in a very strange position where the Colts were so bad this year that they should be way higher than what they should be. You know what I'm saying? But the next year they can be Super Bowl contenders. The Colts are that strange in that strange situation. So, yeah, man. William Jackson is the second best corner in the draft. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. My corners are Hargraves, William Jackson, Eli Apple, Alexander. Don't sleep on Xavier Howard, man. Ain't nobody talking about that dude. Nobody talking about Xavier Howard. Do you think Andrew Billings should go higher than projected? He plays like a top 15 guy. Thing about Andrew Billings is a lot of people are gonna have him slip in the draft because they're gonna look at his disruption, but then they're gonna look at his size, right? And if you take a look at the defensive tackles, right? Let's just say the top 3 or 4 guys. Let's say Sheldon Rankins. I think Jaron Reed is the second guy. Could be, could be whatever. It's jumped up. It's jumbled up. And Andrew Billings, right? Those 3 guys are all disruptive. But if you're a team that likes size, you may be more prone to go Sheldon Rankins or Jaron Reed. Me personally, I'll take Andrew Billings 6'1" ass, put him at 1 tech and let him fly. I'll do it. But when Andrew Billings is in the company of Sheldon Rankins and Jaron Reed, some teams may pick them over him. You see what I'm saying? So that may happen. So hey, don't really trip on that. If your team's doctors tell you that they're confident Jalen Smith will miss 2016 but will be healthy 2017, how high would you draft him? I'm gonna put that in my notes because I'm coming right back to that. I'm gonna come right back to that Jalen Smith conversation because that's a long conversation. I'm looking at my timer. I'm gonna do this for about another. We're at an hour and 11 minutes. I'm gonna do this till about an hour 30, an hour 35. We're gonna wrap this thing up. But let's see. Where do you take Jalen Smith? Where do you take Jalen Smith? All right, cool. So I got that question. I got that question. All right, cool. So I got 3 questions that I'm gonna end with. I'm gonna start doing that at 11:20. Then I'm gonna get out of there. All right, cool. Let me look at these comments and see. Y'all sleeping on Sterling Shepard's 40-inch vertical? Nobody care about that man vertical. Shouts out to my boy Jadarius, man. I think his height actually plays to his advantage. Who are y'all teams, man? Drop in the comments. Who are y'all teams so I can give y'all a little insight on that for about 4 minutes. And I'll just talk about that. Who do you see the Eagles taking at number 8? Do you have an idea why they traded? Were they targeting the player? Like I said earlier, man, there are about 8 elite players in this draft, and if you're the Eagles at 13, you're right at the cusp of getting into the second tier players. You know what I'm saying? So if you're the Eagles and you move up to 8, that can be the difference between having Shaq Lawson on your team and Noah Spence on your team. That can be the difference between having Eli Apple on your team and William Jackson on your team, or Vernon Hargreaves on your team. I'm not saying these guys are going number 8, but I'm just saying that there's a big disparity in difference, right? If you're the Eagles and you wanted to go quarterback, hell, Jared Goff, I don't think he's going to be there, but he could be there. Opposed to if you back at 13, you may have to settle for Paxton Lynch. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. We got Ravens fans. We got Patriots fans. Man, Patriots be cheating, dog. I'm going to talk about the Patriots a little more in my next show. We're going to talk about the Patriots and the Martellus Bennett situation because they look scary. Let's see. Height bias. Yes, I agree. Height bias is a real thing. What are some good receivers you'll see being in the 3rd round? I named some earlier. You can go back in the thing and see. Who are your elite players? Shouts out to my boy Rod, longtime supporter. Let me scroll back up, Rod, because I just dropped it in the group. I just dropped it in the thing. We just talked about it. But I'm gonna go back and look because you my dude. Rodney, my top 8 players were Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, Ezekiel Elliott, Laramie Tunsil, Myles Jack, DeForest Buckner, Jalen Ramsey, and Joey Bosa. No order there. I'm just saying those are my top 8 guys. Panthers, Patriots, Colts. Okay, so we got a good mixture of people in here. Hey, man, it's gonna be a fun draft, man. It's gonna be a fun draft. I'm gonna do this just to let y'all know how deep this draft class is. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to a different notepad in my phone, and I'm gonna name off potential first rounders. Okay. And the reason I'm doing this is something I wanted to do with y'all, just so y'all can see how many good players there are that are possibly going to fall in this draft, okay? So let me show y'all something. At quarterback, Goff, Wentz. Let's not get it messed up. Connor Cook could be a first-round quarterback. I don't agree, but Connor Cook could be a first-round quarterback. Depending on if teams really want to take a chance like that, Christian Hackenberg could be a top first round quarterback. We'll see. How about running backs? Ezekiel Elliott. I do not see Derrick Henry as a first round running back. Let it go. That's it. Receivers. I see Rich Homie Quan as a first round guy. I see Michael Thomas. I see Josh Doxson. I see Corey Coleman. Depending on how you feel, Will Fuller could be a first-round guy. It just depends on how you feel, okay? I don't think there'll be any first-round tight ends. As far as first-round tackles, I see 4 of them. I see Tunsil. Don't let Mike Mayock let y'all fall for that Beaver shit. That Beaver dude, I watched film on the Beaver kid. He let Nas down. So that's Tunsil, Stanley, Ronnie Stanley from Notre Dame, Jack Conklin, and Taylor Decker. Okay. Now, this is just offense right here. Okay, watch this. Watch what happens right here. Defensive tackle, potential first round defensive tackles. Right. Let's go. Billings, Rankins, Reed, Robinson. I'm gonna have to pull my list up. Who else is a first round defensive tackle? Clark, Kenny Clark. I forgot the kid's name. Malik Collins, I believe. He's a potential first round guy. Some people say Adolphus Washington. Depends on if you like him. Let's go Adolphus Washington. Let's put him in there. I don't think he'll be a first round guy though, but somebody might like him. You never know. Edge guys, Bosa. Okay, and back to defensive tackle, we got Buckner. I forgot about Buckner. Let me just stop and look at this list right now. That's almost 30-something guys, right? And I haven't even named corners yet. It's probably like 5 corners that can go first round. It's probably Jalen Ramsey's probably the only safety going first round. Myles Jack is going first round. Darren Lee is going first round. Like 3 defensive ends, edge guys, 4 edge guys going first round. I said that to say is that this thing is so deep that you're going to get good talent deep into the second round. And second round talent becomes third round talent. And third becomes fourth round talent. So man, if you don't get your player in the balls out Chris Jones. So if you don't get your favorite player in the first round, it's a lot of talent. It's a lot of Vernon Butler. I forgot about Vernon Butler. My bad, dog. It's just 8 defensive tackles that can go first. Vernon Butler. But it's a lot of guys that can go first, and there's only 31 picks in the first round. So don't be afraid of your second round picks. All right, guys? So we got 12 more minutes in the show. I'm going to drop that number one more time in case y'all wanted to call in. And, speak y'all piece or whatnot. And if not, we're going to end the show in about 12 minutes after I get these these questions out of the way. So if you if you want to call in and ask a question, go ahead, feel free to do so right now. So let me get out of that and go back to these questions that people asked me earlier that I put on hold. Somebody asked me about Kendall Fuller, Kyle's little brother. I definitely see Kendall Fuller as a safety, but he can play corner. I like him a lot, so I can see him being an early second round guy. So look out for him. Somebody asked me earlier about mid to late round sleepers. Don't forget about Ronald Blair. I said it earlier. Victor Ochi, Mike Thomas from Southern Miss, Brandon Allen at quarterback is probably he was probably the best quarterback in the SEC last year. That ain't saying much. Jacoby Brissett is a pretty good talent at quarterback later on. Correa available in the second round. Yes, Correa will be available in the second round. Better equipped to handle the weather. I'm thinking Wentz, quarterback or best player. Are you talking about the Browns? Browns should go best player available, especially if they go with Browns should go best player available, especially if they sign Robert Griffin III. What else? What was I saying? Sleepers, mid to late round, second, day 2 and day 3 sleepers. Tyler Irvin, running back from San Jose State. Paul Perkins, running back from UCLA. All good talent right there. I think that's a good enough list for y'all. That's a good enough list. Yeah. Moving on. And shit, let me go back to my notepad. Let's see. Okay, right. And the final question. Well, I got 10 more minutes, so 9 more minutes. If the doctors told me that that Jalen Smith won't be playing in 2016 like I think he will, but he will be a full go 100% in 2017, how early do I draft him? if y'all play fantasy football, y'all probably ran into that situation. Y'all probably ran into the where do I draft Arian Foster conversation. And that's a rough conversation to have, bro. It's rough, but Jalen Smith is the type of dude that if he's playing healthy at linebacker, you sign him to 3 contracts and you retire him with your team. That's the type of dude Jalen Smith is. And I actually thought of a scenario where the Cowboys would take Myles Jack in the first round, Jonathan Bullard in the second round, and Jalen Smith in the third or fourth. More so in the fourth round, right? You just it's hard to draft a guy and say he's not going to play all year. But the dude is a top 5 talent if his knees work, right? Like if Jalen Smith can walk, he is a top 5 type of dude. You know what I'm saying? So, how early do I draft Jalen Smith? I'll say I'll draft him outside of the top 100. I'll draft him anywhere between pick 115 to shit. I'll draft Jalen Smith anywhere between pick 98 to pick 190. Anywhere between that. Okay? Now, all my questions are gone. I'm going to go to the comments and take a look at what y'all got to say. And I'm going to talk to y'all for about another 7 minutes and we're going to get out of here. All right, let me check my Facebook real fast. Let me check my Facebook. All right, cool. So here we go. Keith Marshall. I'm assuming you're talking about running back from Georgia. And Kenyon Drake. Now, Jadarius, are you asking me to compare the two? Or you asking me to say which one I like better, or you just like what you saying, Jadarius? Because if you ask me that, I think Keith Marshall is a better running back, but I like Kenyon Drake better as a weapon. When you have Kenyon Drake on your team, you have a running back, a returner, a slot receiver, and a B receiver. No. Yes, you have a B receiver, a X receiver, a running back, and a kick returner. So I like Kenyon Drake as a weapon more than I like Keith Marshall, but I like Keith Marshall as a runner more than Kenyon Drake as a runner. I don't think Cleveland passes. I think he passes Cleveland at the start of third. I know what you're talking about. Their GMs need a spark when they get which pass rush fits Baltimore. If you're Baltimore, you kind of want you might want to shoot at Noah Spence, bro. That's your dude. Take him that early. What's your opinion on Cyrus Jones? He would be an outstanding slot corner. I think he's very I don't think he's underrated. You just look at size and you look at priority. I mean, damn, do you want to would you put Cyrus Jones on Antonio Brown? Nah. But would you let him play Marcus Wheaton in the slot? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on that. How good do you think Christian Hackenberg can be? Well, Christian Hackenberg has the traits to be a good pro quarterback. You know, he as far as pre-snap what he can do and his big arm, him being able to dissect defenses and make throws, right? But, you know, when he was in Penn State, they called him Sackenberg. So if you can put protection in front of him, Hackenberg will be all right. All right, cool. So let's turn this into rapid fire then. Rapid fire questions, send them to me. Let's do it. Which running back is better for the Cowboys, CJ Prosise or Jordan Howard? CJ Prosise is a good he's a good all-around back. I think he has expertise in the pass catching department. Cowboys have a guy named Lance Dunbar who's also that type of dude. So, but the thing about it is Jordan Howard is also the type of dude Darren McFadden is. So, I'll say I like CJ Prosise. I'll take him. Cyrus gonna be a bomb nickel guy. I agree. Travis, I think Correa is a good fit. Correa would be a good fit in was this the Baltimore question? Yeah. Correa would be a good fit in Baltimore, but I wouldn't take him in the first round. I mean if Correa is there at Baltimore's pick in the second round, I would definitely go there. Nah, you said late round sleepers. Oh, you talking about yeah, Keith Marshall, Kenyon Drake as late round sleepers. Yes, yes, Jadarius as late round sleepers. Those guys are late round sleepers. Appreciate it, Doc. Appreciate it, my boy. You was looking out for me. I think Alex Collins is the third best running back in this draft class. What do you think? Zeke first. I mean, I wouldn't say that that's far fetched to think that Alex Collins is the third best running back. It just depends on where you have guys like Devontae Booker and Kenneth Dixon. It just depends on where you put those guys, and Derrick Henry. It all depends on where you have those guys. Will Von Bell fall to the Steelers in the second round? Maybe not. He might, but I doubt it. Who are players you see the Patriots taking with back-to-back picks late in the second round? Some obscure player we never heard of that nobody's talking about, but they're probably going to be the best players in the draft. That's just the type of that's the type of people to play that the Patriots get. Best physical man-to-man corner in the draft. William Jackson William Jackson III likes he likes to get in your face, man. But as far as a physical feisty dude, it'll probably be Mackenzie Alexander. He's a physical feisty dude, but William Jackson III likes to walk up too. Best corner safety in the draft, excluding Jalen Ramsey. Look at the kid from Boise State. Darian, whatever his face is. Hey, we lit. Let's go. We lit, CJ Jenkins. We lit. Okay, yeah, and Jadarius just confirmed that Darian Thompson, from Boise State. I hope the Cowboys pick up Alex Collins later in the draft. He's an Arkansas guy, so Jerry might push for it. Let me ask you something, Justin Hadaba. Would you want Alex Collins in the third round, or would you like to address the cornerback position in the third round? Because I think with the first round we take best player available, which should be Myles Jack at that point. Second round probably be pass rusher. Third round, would you look for another corner or somebody to upgrade Terrence Williams? Let me ask you that, Justin Hadaba, and you just give me your thoughts on that. What are the chances of Ravens getting Buckner in the first round? Very, very good chance. A very good chance. I'll say about 75% chance. If Buckner doesn't go to San Diego, Buckner could end up in Baltimore. Do you think Cravens is better at linebacker safety? Let me tell y'all something. Don't fall for that foolishness, man. Don't fall for that Sewell Cravens could play safety in the league crap. Sewell Cravens going to be a linebacker. That's it. That's it. I mean, he cool as a safety in college, but you kind of got to be great at safety in college to be good in the league. Sewell Cravens will be a will linebacker. And Jadarius, my dude Jadarius continues to reiterate my points. Good job, bro. The boss, what up, boss? What player do you think has the biggest chance to bust? The easy way out would say whoever goes to Cleveland, but biggest bust could be Ronnie Stanley. Can Buckner be a defensive end in a 4-3? He's athletic enough to do it, but you will love DeForest Buckner as a 3 tech in the 4-3. Last question at the hour and 30-minute mark. Cosell said from what he's seen, he will only put the running back in the same tier as Elliott as Jonathan Williams. What do you think about him? I wouldn't put Jonathan Williams up there with Elliott. Nah, Elliott is in a tier by himself. Elliott is the only running back that can go top 10. Everybody else second, third round guys. Anyway, and I'm gonna get this last comment from Justin. Depends on what is done in the second, I suppose. If the right guy is there at corner, we might. Exactly. My whole point is let the draft come to you. You know what I'm saying? Pick the best players available. Hey, and trust Dallas's player personnel department. They ain't let me down in 5 years, so I trust them on that. Anyway, y'all, thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for my callers, bro. Shouts out to Vegas. Shouts out to Germany, my homeboy. Shouts out to Jersey. Shouts out to everybody that shouts out to Atlanta. Shouts out to Carolina. Those are the people that called in. I just know where y'all from, because I mess with y'all like that. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you missed it, it was lit. Hey, I enjoyed this. Hey, man, for the remaining 16 people in here, shouts out to Cali. Tell me, do y'all like this kind of show? You know what I'm saying? Tell me if y'all like, if I should do more of this. How often should I do it? You know what I'm saying? Did y'all enjoy this interaction? Just this Q&A interaction. Tell me what y'all think. Great show, appreciate it. Tell your friends about the show, man. Hey, I'm trying to build this channel, man. I ain't got a lot of subs. You know what I'm saying? Texas all day. I'm moving to Texas in a few months. Shouts out to me. And you too. Tell your friends about it, man. We trying to build this channel. Do it weekly. I'll probably do this thing once a week. I haven't forgot about the podcast. This is a podcast, sort of, but I haven't forgotten about the film sessions. I haven't forgotten about the film session. Salute to you, the boss. Jags Nation, be easy. Shouts out to you, CJ. I haven't forgotten about the film breakdowns. I will be back to the film breakdowns. I'll be back doing that in a second. So don't miss out on that. But hey guys, thanks for watching, man. Y'all hold it down for the Doska Woska and the Peace Whiskey. We're gonna try to do this once a week. It may be a Monday thing. We'll see. We'll just try to work out what days work best for us and time slots and all that, and we'll just go from there. I follow your Facebook page as Brandon Blake. All right. My dude, shouts out to you, Justin and Brandon. While y'all here though, follow me on Twitter. I'm building my Twitter right now. I would tweet. I just ain't got Twitter followers. You know what I'm saying? So follow me on Twitter so I can start tweeting. If you're not in the Lombardi's Draft Talk Facebook group, go type that in Facebook, Lombardi's Draft Talk. Go look that up. Go join that if you're not in there. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see some film breakdowns, go to my YouTube channel, watch my film breakdowns. Hey man, I enjoyed this. The conversation was lit. I agree. Appreciate it. Y'all take it easy, dog.